What's up, everyone? Welcome to Lowered Expectations. Thanks for lowering your expectations and hanging out with me here. I do appreciate it. In today's video, I'm going to do an unboxing and take a quick look at this Vevor 12-foot extension ladder. As with many of you, I have a whole bunch of stuff and not a whole bunch of space. For that reason, I have a bunch of stuff up on shelves, and I also have a bunch of stuff up in the attic of my garage. So I have been using this ladder here, and although it does work perfectly fine for getting up and down, it also takes up quite a bit of space, and for that reason you've probably seen it in the background of a bunch of my shots. You've probably seen me tripping over it at some point, and it actually spends a lot of its time just outside of the door so that I can free up space inside the garage and kind of keep it out of the way, but that's not terribly convenient. As with most Vevor products, this showed up in just a couple of days. I was really impressed with the shipping time. However, I was not terribly impressed with the fact that the shipping company managed to put a hole through the back of the box, and it looks like it was tossed around a little bit based on the folds and creases in the box. I'm sure that the ladder is okay, but we'll find out soon enough when we get inside there. The second thing that I will say is that I was kind of caught off guard or surprised by how heavy this actually is. It is a 12.5 foot extension ladder, so I kind of should have expected it to be heavier, but it's so compact, I just thought it was going to be lighter. As you can see, Vevor packaged this with some styrofoam blocks on the end, and the shipping company managed to smash it around enough that it busted up that styrofoam, but fortunately it doesn't seem to have damaged the ladder. You can see both of the styrofoam blocks on the end of the ladder are smashed up. It looks like they absorbed the brunt of the impact, and the ladder is probably okay. Wow, that's got some weight to it. After picking this up and feeling the weight of it, it makes me feel a whole lot better about Vevor's weight rating. This particular ladder is rated for 375 pounds. We've got a little piece of tape and some high density foam wrapped around it. And then a plastic bag, fairly stiff rubber feet on the end of it. And at the top side here, we have much softer grippy rubber, which is nice. That way the ladder won't slip around as easy when you have it extended up against something. Plastic caps on the ends here, and a Velcro strap. Oh, it's nice. They have this locked in place so you don't lose it. I was worried that this strap would be separate, because if it was, I would lose it for sure. I am going to read through this, and I would suggest that you do the same if you don't want to end up in a pile on the ground. Ladder safety is important. I thought this was pretty amusing. I've been using this ladder for years to get on the roof of my garage and a few times the roof of my house from my back deck. It is a 5.6 foot ladder that is rated for 250 pounds, and this is the least amount of space that it can take up, which is why it's always stuck in the way. However, this ladder, which is almost not in shot anymore because it's folded up, is rated at 375 pounds. It is a 12.5 foot ladder, which means it's going to be a whole lot more safe for me to get up on the roof of my garage, and also a lot safer for me to get up on the roof of my house. So now that we've introduced the ladder, let's check it out and see how it actually operates, because I have not used one of these before. I've never even seen one in person. Full disclosure, Vevor did send me this ladder in exchange for my review. If you guys are interested in picking one up, there is an affiliate link as well as a discount code in the description below. I'm going to try to get up into my attic. I'm not sure how well this is going to go because this does extend in, I don't know, probably like a little over a foot sections. And in order to get up there with a freestanding ladder, I'm going to have to lean it against something. And so this could be a little bit tricky. Let's see how it goes. Undo the Velcro. Because I'm not using the full length of the ladder, I start from the bottom. I noticed earlier, if you start from the top, as you let these go, it will simply just collapse. So you actually have to start from the bottom unless you're using the full length. So I've got that one extended and locked. The next one is extended. The next one, and it actually has nice little indicators here that turn green to tell you that the thing is fully locked. So I'm going to keep going up. This could be a little bit tricky as I get further up. I'm going to have to lean the ladder over and figure out how many sections I need to extend. We've got our little rubber pad up there that is securely against the 2x6. And so I am pretty confident that this is nice and secure. So I'm going to head up and open up the hatch. It's a little steeper than it should be probably. But there we go. I can go up, turn on the light. In order to collapse the ladder, you can do it in one of two ways. You can push these buttons from the top, but I don't think that is recommended. What you're supposed to do is actually release it from the bottom and then support the ladder and let it down section by section. If you've been following my diesel heater experiments where I've been attempting to burn waste engine oil in a diesel heater, you will know that I have a container of diesel up on a shelf and I need to check on that container periodically and refill it when it gets low. Currently what I do is I have my ladder outside. I need to go and get it, clean it off. Normally it has some snow on it, bring it in, unfold it, and my mill is in the way, quite unfortunately. And so I have to unfold it over my mill and then climb up and do my business. Let's see how much easier it is with this ladder. First of all, I don't have to store it outside because it takes up so much less space. And secondly, it won't be covered in snow because it's not stored outside. Third is that I don't have to open it up over my milling machine because it is an extension ladder and not a folding ladder. And just like that, I can get up onto the shelf and deal with my diesel. And yeah, then when I'm done, I can climb down, push these two buttons, grab the ladder, and let it down. Just like that. That was way easier. Then when I'm done with it, instead of it being stuck in my road or having to put it back outside where it will get snowed on, I can put it, I don't know, in behind my oven, in behind my sandblasting cabinet, in behind my hydraulic press, or just lean it against a table over there. But I think I will probably choose in behind my oven. Because it takes up so much space, this is where my ladder normally lives, either there or leaning up against the house. And when I want to get up on the roof of my garage, I'll show you guys what kind of gymnastic act it involves. I'm not going to actually get up on the roof because there's snow up there. Yeah, so basically you kind of need to be a little bit of a rock climber. I know I should just have a longer ladder, but now thanks to Vevor, I have one. And not only is it longer, but it only extends as much as I need it to. So now let's try with the Vevor extension ladder and see how that works out. A few weeks ago I had to get up on my roof to do some maintenance to the gutter. It was leaking water down onto my deck and along the whole length of the house. So I had to climb up there and put some screws in it. I'm going to show you guys how I did that. It was definitely not safe. That's pretty sketchy. Let's see how much easier it is with the Vevor extension ladder. The Vevor extension ladder is actually better and safer for a few reasons that I kind of overlooked. The main one being that with the extension ladder, I don't actually need to climb up onto the roof. With the other ladder, because it wouldn't reach from the ground, I had to go up on the deck, climb up onto the roof, and then basically precariously hang over the edge while driving screws in through the gutter. Not safe, definitely not ideal. With the Vevor extension ladder, it extends up to 12.5 feet, which gives me plenty of height to extend it up, go up to the top, do my work, put in a couple of screws, and then move the ladder over to a new spot and put in a few more screws. A lot safer, a lot easier, a lot smarter. Now that we've discussed some of the good things about this ladder and I've shown you guys how easy to use and handy it really is, I'm going to tell you why I won't be getting rid of my old ladder anytime soon. Although this will be my go-to ladder for almost everything around the shop, there are a few things that this is definitely not suited for, and I'm going to discuss some of those things right now. If I want to get something down off a shelf, however, if I need to change a light bulb in my garage door opener, even I'm not that reckless. That is just one situation where you would absolutely not want to use the telescoping ladder. There are plenty of situations like this where you don't have anything secure to actually lean the ladder up against it. And in that case, you want to use a different style ladder. Nothing bad about the telescoping ladder. It is just meant for a different purpose. There is one other thing that I need to discuss about this ladder. I've seen a couple of videos while I was researching this. I watched a couple of videos and people were talking about them being safe and having an air cushioning effect when you lower it. And based on the footage that I saw and based on my experience, I'm going to tell you guys how not to hurt yourself when lowering the ladder and how it needs to be done. If you're extending the ladder to the full length, as I did when I got up on my house, you can simply grab the top rung of the ladder and pull up. As the rungs lock into place, you will see these indicators turn from red to green. That indicates that that rung is locked in place and is safe. So let's start lifting on it, and you can see that turns green, green, green. The reason why you can't do this if you're not lifting it all the way up is because if I let go of it right now, it will come crashing down with a lot of energy. As this rung hits this rung or gets close to it, it triggers a release here that allows the ladder to collapse. As you can see, that switches to red, which means this section is going to collapse. I'm going to let it go now and show you guys with how much energy this comes down. I don't recommend you doing this. I'm going to do it for your viewing pleasure. I'm guessing you can probably imagine how much that would suck if you had your fingers in between there. If you're extending the ladder and you're not doing it to full length, how you do that is put your foot on the bottom rung, lift up on the second rung, and just like that, you've got your extension started. And then you simply keep pulling up until you get as many rungs extended as you need. You will notice that the indicators turn half red, half green until you extend the next section. I believe that they have that indicator there to show you that you should not be stepping on this rung. You can safely step on this one, but you don't want to be stepping on the rung closest to the top. So I'm going to climb up and fix the spring on my garage door. Fix, fix, fix. Wow, I did a great job. The wife is sure happy about that. Okay, now I'm actually going to get a piece of paper towel and clean off the rungs because I did manage to get it dirty. Now that both the rungs and the telescoping sections of the ladder are clean, I am going to lower it once again safely. In order to collapse the ladder, you might be tempted to hit these little release mechanisms, and I'm going to show you guys why that is a horrible idea. Don't try this at home. Ugh. Okay, it caught on my garage door and stopped it from just slamming down, but the only thing stopping this from falling right now is because there are ridges on my door and it caught here. Otherwise, this would have just kept collapsing like that. A lot of energy and a lot of pain if you've got your fingers in between there. There are two release latches down here on the second from bottom rung. As you push these in, the ladder will start collapsing. But because there is a bit of an air cushioning effect on the bottom section, you actually have a few seconds to grab the next level rung up and actually control the descent or control the collapse of the ladder. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. I'm not going to lean it against the garage door just so that we can see it basically in free fall. So I'm going to push these in. You can see it's slowly coming down for that first one, and then I can let it down for the rest. Just like that. Once again, you want to make sure that you're ready when you push these buttons. You have a few seconds to grab and support the upper part of the ladder. If you don't do that, I'm going to once again show you guys what happens. I'm going to keep my fingers clear so that hopefully I don't get injured. We're going to push these releases and again, it comes down with quite a bit of energy, and if you had your fingers in there at all, or were grabbing the outside of the ladder, it would absolutely pinch you and it would absolutely suck. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this video useful. If you are interested in picking up your own ladder, there will be an affiliate link as well as a discount code in the description below. I have to say that although I will be keeping my old ladder, this one will get a whole lot more use. It is much more handy just having it stored behind the oven in my shop, and it is basically going to be used for most tasks around my house and around my garage. As I showed you guys, you will still need a ladder for doing tasks like painting, changing light bulbs, or anything where a freestanding ladder is not suitable. So that is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.